رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد. Which one of you guys likes basketball? Raise your hand. Soccer? MashaAllah. How about hockey? Some people, MashaAllah. So all of these sports, they have either hoops or goals, right? Yeah. Imagine yourself right now. You're playing a game, whether it be soccer or basketball. Somebody takes the goals or the hoops away. Can you play?
No.
What happens to the people? I want you to raise your hand if you have, do not yell out loud. Don't answer unless I have called upon you. You've raised your hands and I've called upon you. And then inshallah you can be answered. Yes, what would happen? There's no objective. Very good. MashaAllah, may Allah increase your knowledge. If you take out the goals, what would people be doing? You'd be going around in circles, just passing the ball around without any purpose. You can't win. You're just going around in circles. Some people, they live life just like that. Without any goals, without any objective. They don't know why they're here. They just eat and drink and sleep, just like the animals do. The animals eat, drink, and they sleep also. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us, He created us for an objective, for a purpose. Just like everything has a purpose. If I were to ask you right now, what is a chair for? Yes. For? To sit on, right? How about a spoon?
To eat.
Yes. To eat with, right? How about a car? Yes.
To drive.
To drive, to bring you places, right? Okay, if somebody were to ask you, what are you for? What are you for? Yes. What is it? You're thinking. Well, you have your hands up, so I thought you already thought, so I guess it helps you to think maybe. Yes, what are you for? To worship Allah, MashaAllah. MashaAllah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase your knowledge. To worship Allah, that's what we have been created for. Just like a spoon has been made, is for eating and drinking, or eating, and chairs to be sat, you sit on it, it's to be sat on. You have been created to worship Allah. And that is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ. What is it? What's the verse? Anybody know the verse? You guys are in this Islamic school, right? What is the verse? MashaAllah. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ. Say it again, you also. Did you? وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسِ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I have not created the jinn and mankind except for my worship. Okay, we know we have been created to worship Allah, but a lot of people don't know what worship is. What is the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What is the worship of Allah? Yes. Praying is part of worshiping Allah. Give me a yes.
Reading the Quran.
Reading the Quran, what else? Fasting? Okay, I'm going to give you a definition, okay? And then we're going to categorize the different types of worship so that we know why we have been created for, or what purpose Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us for. In that way, we can fulfill that purpose. And if we fulfill that purpose, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us paradise, gardens, Jannah. And so, worship. Some of you guys mentioned fasting, praying. What else did you say? Reading the Quran, right? All of these things are acts of worship, but what do they have in common? What do they have in common? Yes. Yes, it's all things we do that worship Allah, but we can't define worship with the same word again. We have to. So what is supposed to think? It's the right answer. It's not wrong. It's not wrong, but I'm looking for a specific word. Okay. Yes. What do they have in common?
That's for obeying Allah.
Obedience of Allah. Very good. Obedience of Allah is everything that is pleasing to Allah. So this is what worship is. Okay. And you have to know, because this is what we've been created for. Worship is anything that we do, whether it is an internal action or an internal action of the heart or an action of the tongue, some words that we can say, or something that we do with our limbs, action with our bodily limbs, any of those things that are pleasing to Allah, anything that we can do that is pleasing to Allah, whether it be an internal action or an external action, it's considered worship, the worship of Allah. So there's some actions that you don't see, but it's something that you think and you feel inside. And it's considered the worship of Allah. Like, for example, loving Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, having hopes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fearing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, loving your parents. All of these things are considered worship because they are pleasing to Allah. So anything that we can do that is pleasing to Allah, even if it's an internal action of the heart, is worship. Now I want to ask you a few questions, okay? Give me some more examples of an internal action. Like, I can sit here and I'm doing something inside, what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling and so forth. But it's considered worship because it's pleasing to Allah. Give me something internal. Yes. Intention, mashallah. MashaAllah, may Allah increase your knowledge. You guys, mashallah, are very, 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 very smart. You have, mashallah, I probably have wonderful teachers and mashayikh, mashallah, that are teaching you, mashallah. Very good intention, having the proper intention and the right intention. Okay, let me move to the next one. It's a little easier, okay? What can I say that can be pleasing to Allah? So these are verbal actions that are considered ibadah. Sisters? Yeah, what? Saying subhanallah. Very good, mashallah. Very good, saying subhanallah, yes. Saying alhamdulillah, okay. All of this is what? It's called dhikr, the remembrance of Allah, right? And so, dhikr, the remembrance of Allah. What else can you do and say? What else can you say that's pleasing to Allah? Yes. La ilaha illallah, yes, the shahada, yes, definitely. The shahada, the most important, the first of the pillars of Islam. What else can you say that's pleasing to Allah? Yes. What is it? Astaghfirullah, making repentance, repenting to Allah, mashallah. You guys are very, very intelligent, mashallah. Very, very smart. Yes, what else can you say? Alhamdulillah, being thankful to Allah. And that's also verbally and also internally, all of these things, right? Okay, let's move to the next one. What action can I do? Also, any nice words that you say to people, all of these things are also considered sadaqah also. What can I do without saying anything? What can I do with my bodily features that is considered worship? Remember, what is worship again? What is worship?
Obeying Allah.
Not only obeying. Anything that, raise your hand first. Raise your hand. Okay, yes, good. Anything that pleases Allah. Very good. Anything that pleases Allah. Okay, what can I do with my bodily features, my limbs, my hands, my face, my feet, that can be pleasing to Allah? Yes. Help the needy, very good. When somebody's in need, you help them, right? Even if somebody is maybe carrying something and you're helping them load things into their car. That's worship because it's pleasing to Allah. Whether you're helping a Muslim or a non-Muslim. Also, it's also pleasing to Allah when you're helping people also. Okay, what else let's go back to, any other sisters? I only see one sister there. Or are you getting from everybody? Your representatives? Okay, okay.
She's only representing herself.
Oh, represent herself, mashallah. I thought maybe because all I see is her hand. She's the only hand amongst the sisters that's up. Maybe the other sisters are just, they know all the answers already, but they don't want to show up. Okay, what is it? What can you do? Pray, very good, because those are movements that are pleasing to Allah. Yes? What is it? Wudu? Wudu, very good wudu. When you make wudu, that's definitely worship. There's worship, it's pleasing to Allah. Yes. Yes, go ahead. Making, what's that called? Going around the Kaaba 7 times. Hajj. What is that called, going around? Tawaf, mashallah, very good. That's called tawaf. Tawaf. Okay, good, very good. That's physical, definitely it's physical, especially nowadays when it's so hard, tough, right? When it's crowded, that's definitely physical. You're going to need a lot of strength and energy. Very good. That's all pleasing to Allah. Okay, so let me just, very good, mashallah. You guys have done very, very well. Very, 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 very good, mashallah. Mashallah. So the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is anything that we do that is pleasing to Allah. Which means that before you do anything, when you wake up in the morning, when you start your day, any action that you say, or any action that you do, any words that you say, any feelings you may have, ask yourself before doing any of those things, is Allah going to be pleased with me? Does Allah want me to do this or not? And so, if it is what Allah wants you to do, then you can always be in a state of worship. Even when we're sleeping or eating with the right intentions. Remember we said intention is worship also, right? So if you're intending to eat, so to strengthen yourself so that you can have the energy to stand up in prayer, then that's considered worship also. And so we have been created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to worship Him. And there are different types of worship. And there are different doors of paradise also for the different types of the acts, specific acts of worship also. And so I'm going to share with you a story of 3 young men. 3 young men who were traveling. They were traveling. And they were looking for a place to spend the night. And so they went into a cave. They went into a cave, and a large boulder rolled down from the mountain and covered up the mouth of the cave. Okay, I want you to imagine. This is a very big boulder. It is so huge that they can't push it. They can't push it to roll it away from the mouth of the cave. And so I want you to think about it. If you can't get out of it, out of this cave, what would happen? How long would they be able to survive? Okay, think about it. How long? Yes.
Well, without water, 3 days.
Very good, mashallah. Without water, 3 days. Just 3 days if you don't have water, your body is going to be dehydrated and you're not going to survive. Okay? Without food, if let's say they have water, they didn't have food, how long can a person survive without food? Yes. 7 days. I think it's a little bit longer than that. Maybe for some people. For some people, yeah, 7 days, right? You guys are laughing at each other. Yeah, me probably 3 days. No. A little bit more than that.
10 days?
Oh, about approximately 10 days to 2 weeks, right? About 2 weeks, people can survive. Of course, you're going to be very sick afterwards when you don't have any food. But if you do have water, you can survive a little bit more than that. You know, more than 3 days. But 3 days, if you don't have water, your body, because most of your body is made of liquids, blood, and you need that to keep you alive. And so they're stuck in a cave. And they can't push it. They're in the middle of nowhere. Now, if you're stuck in such a situation, you have no one else. Who do you have? Who do you have to help you? Yes. You have Allah. So what do you do? What would you do if you were in that situation? Yes.
You need water.
What?
You need water.
Well, if you don't have water, where are you going to get the water at? There's no water. You're in the middle of the cave. You can't dig up a well right there. Yes. From Allah, yeah. But what are you going to do? You have no one else. Raise your hand quietly. Anybody, if you say, I don't know. Oh, I know. I'm not going to pick on you. I want you to, those who are raising their hands, I'm going to pick on the person who is the most quiet. Even a blink, I won't pick you. So I'm going to see who's the most quiet. Like don't even move, nothing. No movements whatsoever, then I'll pick you. Yes, mashallah, and the pink hijab. Very good. Can you raise your voice, please? Or somebody repeat what she said?
Make dua.
Make dua, very good. You have no one else, but if you have no one to help you, you always have Allah, and Allah is always enough for you. Always. Very good, man. May Allah increase your knowledge. Ameen, Ya Rabb. So, if you have no one else, you have Allah. So they had no one else. Nobody there. So they supplicated to Allah. One of them said, we will not be saved from this calamity that we're in right now unless we supplicate with our pious deeds, with our pious and righteous deeds. So this is a form of a tawassul, which means seeking help from Allah with the deeds that you do, and something that's permissible, by mentioning some of the deeds that you did that were sincerely for the sake of Allah. Okay? So, the first person, he says, Ya Allah, I had parents who were elderly. And one day, I came home very late, seeking pasture for my flock. When he had a flock, and he was seeking pasture for his flock, and he went very far, so he came home very late. And he said, in my house, nobody eats before them. Nobody eats before them. And I went and I got the ghabouk, which is the nightly drink. It was sort of like a supper, but they used to have, milk that they would milk. And he said, I got their supper, or ghabouk, their drink. And when I came, they had already slept. When I came home, because I came home very late, they had already slept. And so, now, nobody eats before him. So the children, and whoever he had in the family, slave and so forth, whatever he had, they didn't eat. Because nobody eats before them, before his parents. This shows how much he loved his parents, how righteous he was towards his parents. And remember we said, worship is doing anything that pleases Allah. So when you are kind to your parents, and righteous to your parents, and good to your parents, is that worship? Definitely it's worship. It's a form of worship. So being kind to your parents in that which is good, when they order you to do that which is permissible, It's something that is mandatory upon us, and it's an act that's pleasing to Allah. And so it's considered worship. So he says, I sat at their bedside with the nightly drink, I was afraid of making any noise. And I sat there waiting for them to wake up. Why did he do that? Because he was, at any time they would wake up, he wanted them to have the milk. And he spent the whole night. And it wasn't until the break of dawn, until Fajr, that they had awakened, that they woke up. So he spent the whole night. Then he said, I gave them their drink. And he said, Ya Allah, if I did this solely for your sake, he said, فَفَرِّجْ عَنِّي مَا نَحْنُ فِيهِ مِنْ هَذِهِ السَّقْرَ. So free us from the calamity that we're in concerning this boulder here. And then the boulder moved. Did anybody push it? Allah made a miracle happen. The boulder moved, but it wasn't enough for them to leave. But I want you to reflect upon this person. He's very kind to his parents, very righteous towards his parents, and he's serving his parents. But you know, you might say, this man, he spent the whole night next to his parents, and he was afraid to make any noise because he didn't want to disturb them. He wanted them to sleep soundly, be fully rested, and if should they ever wake up, if they were still hungry, they would have the milk ready right there at that moment. Do you think that this deed that this man did, is it a great deed? I'm going to ask you right now, is that a great deed? Is it a great deed or not? It's a great deed, right? Is it hard to do? It is, right? To be really nice, kind to your parents. It's a big deed. That's beloved to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So much so the boulder moved when he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with this deed. The boulder moved. And he did this, of course, sincerely for the sake of Allah. He didn't do it for anyone except for Allah. For the pleasure of Allah. Remember, that's what worship is. But you know what? We all said that this deed was a great deed. But did you know that all of our parents already did that for us? Did you know that? Whatever he was doing, his parents had already done for him. And our parents did that for us multiple times, over and over and over again. Do you know when? Yes.
When you're a baby.
When you're a baby. When you're a baby, when there's not enough food in the house, or there is food in the house, you always get the best. You always get the best. And at nighttime, when you wet your diaper, your parents wake up, they don't say, just leave them like that. I hope not, inshallah, right? No, most of your parents, they take care of you. And if they ran out of milk, the milk is always ready for you, by the way. Even if you woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and if there was no milk at home, your mother is going to say, honey, why don't you go to the supermarket? Why don't you go to the grocery store? Why don't you go to 7-Eleven and bring us milk? What time? 2 in the morning. They still go and get the milk for you. At any time of the night, we wake up, our parents, they had the milk ready for us. Never complain. Never did they complain. Never did they complain. And they did it with full love. They loved you. And hope they still love you. But even when you wet your diapers, they loved you. They never complained. When you woke up at nighttime, They never complained. They all did that for us already. So if any one of us were to do exactly what that man just did, any one of us, we would only be repaying them what they did. And we would only have done it once, but they did it for us. Days and days and months and years. They took care of us. Did you guys know that? So the next time your mother tells you to do something, he says, son, can you help me with the dishes? What are you going to say?
Yes.
Yes, mother, I will do it. And are you going to be happy to do it?
Yes.
Yes, you're going to do it with a smile on your face. I don't want you to say, ah, or oof, but then go do it. No, no. I want you to do it and say, yeah. Say, Mom, Mother, I'm going to do it.
How about why me?
Why me? No, not why me neither. Not why me. Why not the other person? You should be doing it. Why? Because you want the pleasure of Allah. And if your mother says, tells your sister to do it, I want you to do this, okay? I want you to do this. I want you to say, Mother, let me do it instead. Let me do it instead. I want you to fight, not fight literally, okay? I want you to compete with each other to try to please Allah. Because your mother, your father, in the obedience of your parents is a door to Jannah. Do you want to enter paradise?
Yes.
We all want to enter paradise, right? Because in paradise you can have whatever you want. So when you have the opportunity to enter paradise, don't give it to your brother. I want you to compete. Don't give that opportunity. If someone were to give you, money or things that you like a lot, buy anything you want. Just help your mother and you get anything that you want. Whatever you want on that day or that month, you'll get it. Would you do it right away? Would you let your brother do it? No, you would want to do it, right? Why? But not only, like this, just like, for example, your mother says, okay, whoever helps me will get a remote control car. And you guys were like wanting a remote control car, okay? Helps me wash the dishes. And so you really want a remote control car. Or what do you want? What do you guys want? Yes?
Jordans.
Jordans? You want shoes, right? Okay, if your mother said this, okay? Said, listen, son, help me wash the dishes right now, today, just this one time, okay? Not just one time, but today. I'll buy you a Jordans. And whoever does it, and then your brother says, I will do it. Would you let your brother do it, or would you do it? Huh? You would do it right away. Do you know that when you help your mother, the reward that you get, inshallah, in Jannah, will be so much greater than the Jordans that you were thinking about right now. And inshallah, when you are kind to your mother, and when Allah loves you, Allah will also put blessing in your actions and put blessing in your family, and then your mother will be happy to buy Jordans for you. She'll be happy. She'll say, son, because she will love you. She'll love you.
Like if you listen to her.
And when you listen to her, she loves you. But who are you doing it for?
Allah.
You do it for?
Allah.
For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To earn the pleasure. Why do I say you do it for Allah? Why? Because sometimes you do something. Right? And let's say, for example, I'll just give the same, washing dishes again. I remember, right? Sometimes you come home and you want to help out. So you clean the living room, or you wash the dishes, or you're helping your parents when they don't see you. They don't see you at all. They didn't see you doing it. And then they come home and they speak to your sister. Or they say, oh, so-and-so, oh, my daughter, thank you for helping out in the house. They see that the house is clean. Who cleaned the house? You did, not your sister, right? But even if you don't get the credit, do you stop doing it? No, because who sees it? Allah. Allah always sees it. So always be conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time. So you see that man, he was so kind to his parents. And if you want help, if you're kind to your parents, and you're good to your parents, if you're in a situation where you have no one, and you're in a situation where you have a problem, you can say, Ya Allah, on such and such day, my parents, I cleaned the house. I cleaned the house to try to make my parents happy, But when they came home, they gave all the credit to my sister. But I didn't complain, and I kept on cleaning the house still. For your sake, Ya Allah, I did that because I wanted your pleasure. Ya Allah, if I did this solely for your sake, then free me from the calamity that I'm in. Whatever problem you may have, Allah will move mountains. You move mountains as a result of it. And you know this man, listen to what he said. He says, I sat next to their bedside. I was afraid to make any noise because I didn't want to disturb them. Do you know that there are some parents who can't sleep at nighttime on Saturday nights because they don't know where their children are? They can't sleep. Well, this man here, he wants his parents to sleep soundly. So do not ever cause problems for your parents. Try to do your be at your best. Being kind to your parents, it's an opportunity for us to enter Jannah. That's why the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one day he went on the minbar, and his minbar had three steps, and he said, Ameen. And then he said again, he took another step and he said, Ameen. Then he took another step and he said, Ameen. Like he's saying, Ameen. So the companions, they inquired of why he was saying Ameen. And the Prophet told them, he said, Jibreel came to me. Jibreel came to me and said, may Allah may the person's face be rubbed in dust. In another narration, may Allah distance the person from the mercy of Allah. He whose parents become elderly and he doesn't enter Jannah. What does that mean? Meaning his parents are elderly, he doesn't take care of them. That's what we as Muslims, when our parents get old, you don't send them to the old folks' home. This is an opportunity for you to take care of them and enter Jannah. And so he said, oh Muhammad, say Ameen. Jibreel says this, and the Prophet says Ameen, and Jibreel says Ameen. Meaning the person who doesn't take this opportunity to enter Jannah, to take care of his parents when they become old. There's the dua of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and the Ameen, the dua of Jibreel, the dua of Jibreel. You know who Jibreel is? Jibreel is? He's amongst the angels. He's the noblest of the angels in status. And he's making dua. And who's saying Ameen? The most noble of humanity is saying Ameen. So if you don't take care of your parents when you're old, when they become old, the dua of Jibreel and the Ameen of the Prophet ﷺ will be against you. Look at this dua. And so, I know you guys, this is class, right? You guys have homework. Okay. Your homework every day, I want you to do something to put a smile on the face of your parents. Every day. Can you guys promise me all you'll do it? Every day.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Okay, that's broad, okay? Now I want to be specific. I want you to raise your hand now. One at a time. And after you raise your hand, I'm going to call on you and you're going to stand up. And you're going to tell me what you're going to do. Okay?
I'm going to give him the microphone.
Okay, yes, mashallah. I want you to stand up, and after you answer, remain standing. So those who are sitting down have to give an answer also. Okay, so what are you going to do? Just one thing only. Of course, you can do other things. What are the things you're going to do?
Smile until they smile back.
MashaAllah, smile back, okay. All right, that's good, because all right, we're smiling. Okay, sister, what is this? All you guys are going to have to stand up, okay? Yes, go ahead. Yes. You're going to clean up your mom's room, MashaAllah. Just stand up, just remain standing, okay? Okay, next person, yes.
You want them to stay standing?
No, I want them to stay standing, because all of them, they're going to have to answer.
Clean my room.
You're going to clean your room. Only you're going to have to clean it anyways. Okay, go ahead. She'll be happy with you. Clean it well though, make sure, okay? Okay, stand up, okay? Okay, next person. Go ahead, just go ahead. What are you going to do?
I'm going to clean the whole house.
MashaAllah. Wow, okay, remain standing. Come to the front. Stand up. Because I want everyone to do it. Not. Sister, go ahead. We'll switch back with brothers and sisters, yes. You can do the laundry, MashaAllah. Very good, very good. Mothers and fathers, do you see what they're saying? Make sure they do their homework, okay? Okay, go ahead, your turn. What is it? Come up here and say it. So everyone can hear it.
Do my homework.
Do your homework. Okay, you're gonna have to do your. Okay, do your homework without them telling you even. Okay, finish your homework. All right. And sister, yes, go ahead. Stand up, stand up.
She's going to do the dishes.
Do the dishes, MashaAllah. You're gonna do dishes. MashaAllah, help out. Make sure you rinse the soap properly, okay? All right, go ahead. Yes.
Come here.
What is it? Clean the kitchen, MashaAllah. Come up to the front. Okay, sister, another sister. Yes, go ahead. Stand up. What are you going to do? You're going to read your Quran very well all the time, MashaAllah. Okay. What else are you going to do? Yes.
Pick up
Stand up.
something.
Yes.
Pick up something and recycle it.
Okay, help with the recycling. Okay, I want all the brothers ready to come here. All you guys just come here first. I want you to line up here. Line up. I want you to line up. Line up. Line up right here. And I want you to go.
The girls right here next to them.
And the sisters also. Line up behind me.
You girl?
Line up.
Okay, so go to the girls'
Line up
side.
this way. Line up 1, 2, just single file line. Come on, let's go. Line up, I want to hear. Line up, everybody line up. Line up. Okay, and then when you finish, just go over there. And the sisters, those who are already finished, they can sit down. If you already answered, you can sit down. If you didn't answer yet, then you have to line up. Okay, we're going to switch back and forth. When you finish, you can go back and sit down. Everybody, okay, go ahead. Switch back and forth between them.
Vacuum.
Vacuum, MashaAllah.
Help make dinner.
Help make dinner. Ah, yeah.
I'm going to eat.
I don't know. What are you going to be making? What is it?
What's your
And memorize it to get it off my parents' backs.
Your parents' back? Or your back?
No, their backs, because they're always on top of each other.
MashaAllah. Good.
No, no.
Okay, good. So,
Help set the table for dinner.
help set the table for dinner, MashaAllah. Clean up your room. Okay, good. All right? What are you going to do?
Just go this way.
Clean up my drawer.
Your drawers. Okay, MashaAllah. Good. Sit down. Go ahead. Take out the trash, MashaAllah.
Like 5 times every day.
Pray 5 times every day without them telling you, remember?
Yeah.
When it's time you do it, don't wait for them to tell you.
Clean my room.
Clean your room all the time, right?
Distract my little brother when my mom is sick.
MashaAllah. Take care of your little brother. Okay. Distract. Okay, good.
Try to be Quran every day.
Yes, MashaAllah. Good.
Clean my room, Daddy.
No, your dad's MashaAllah.
He's going to tell his daddy to clean his room.
Oh, okay. You help your daddy clean the room, okay? Okay, MashaAllah. Go ahead.
Do the dishes.
Do the dishes, MashaAllah.
Clean the bathroom.
Clean the bathroom, MashaAllah. Clean up around the house, good.
Go after dinner when we're eating on the floor. Go outside in the night. Empty all the crumbs out.
MashaAllah.
Empty the
All the crumbs out. Okay, good. That's it.
Do the dishes.
Do the dishes, good, MashaAllah.
Buy my mom a new car.
MashaAllah. If he has a lot of money, he's going to buy his mom a new car. You hear that, mommy? Yeah.
Heard that, daddy?
Our daddy? Yeah.
You're going to pay for this.
No, he's going to grow up and he's going to buy it.
Shovel the snow.
Oh, okay, okay,
Shovel
but
the
that's
snow.
money.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
He's going to shovel the snow for them.
Shovel the snow, MashaAllah.
Clean the house.
Clean the house, MashaAllah, good.
Do the dishes.
Do the dishes.
Clean the floor. Sweep the floor.
Sweep the floor after you, MashaAllah.
Tell them how much you love them.
Tell them how much you love them, MashaAllah. Good. What is
Clean
it?
my brother's room.
Clean your brother's room. Yes, not only your room, your brother's room. Perfect.
Fix the house.
Fix it.
Fix it,
Handyman.
MashaAllah.
Hashem, we got a handyman.
Okay, go ahead.
Do the dishes.
Do the dishes.
All right.
Good.
Never be mean to my brother.
Never be mean to your brother. Good.
Never.
That'll make your parents happy, inshallah. Remember, never, okay? Okay. Take out the trash.
Clean the house. There's nothing else to
Yeah,
do.
okay.
Help my mom clean the kitchen.
MashaAllah, help your mom clean the kitchen.
Do the shoes.
Do the shoes. Okay, MashaAllah.
Clean my dad's car.
What?
Clean my dad's car.
Clean his dad's car, MashaAllah. I need somebody to clean my car too.
Clean my room.
All right.
MashaAllah. Good. Good. Take out the trash. Very good, MashaAllah. Good. What are you going to do?
You don't have to come up with something very different.
Just
You have to say something that you will.
you do it. Just remember your homework. You better do it.
Your dad is listening to see what you're going to do. Come on.
Come on, let's go.
Clean.
He's going to clean everything, it sounds like.
No.
No, now you clean everything, right?
Clean laundry. Clean myself.
No. You have to clean yourself. Very good.
Compliment the food.
Compliment the food, MashaAllah. Very good. Vacuum. Okay. What are you going to do?
Clean the whole entire house.
MashaAllah. MashaAllah. What does she want to do? What does she want to do?
Buy a treasure box.
Buy a treasure box.
I don't need that.
Good, good. Give gifts. Give gifts for your parents.
Read my Quran.
Read your Quran. MashaAllah.
Get my mom flowers on Valentine's Day.
Get your mom gifts. Don't just wait for Valentine's Day. Okay, all the time. Whenever you can.
Sometimes not big of my sister.
Sometimes. Not all the time.
Help my dad fix stuff.
Okay, help your dad fix stuff. Oh, you didn't say it yet. Come on, come on.
What are you going to do, Asim? What are you going to do?
Come up, come up. Walk up. Everybody's got to come up. Go ahead.
I'll do what I already am doing because I make them smile every day.
Is that right? Is that right? MashaAllah. Okay. He's going to do a lot more than that also. That's only one day. He's going to do it every day, inshallah. Okay, inshallah. So these are some of the things that you guys can do to please your parents. And pleasing your parents is worship also. Remember, because it's pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's pleasing to Allah. Okay, all of us, we want our parents to love us, right? What can you do To have your parents love you, well, you can do that. But one more thing is that, of course, no, it's okay. One more thing that you can do is to try to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to earn the love of Allah. When you earn the love of Allah, you guys want to be famous? You're already famous? Let me tell you something. Shh. Remember, no talking unless I call upon you and you raise your hand. If you're not raising your hands, I'm not asking a question right now, so you can put your hands down. Okay. When Allah loves somebody, He calls the most noble angel. Who is that angel? Who is it? Jibreel, mashallah. He calls upon Jibreel and he will say to him, "Oh Jibreel, I love so and so. So love him." And Jibreel, and you know what, Jibreel, your name will be mentioned by name. So love him. And then he will be ordered to announce to those in the heavens, and to the angels and those in the heavens, that Allah loves so and so, so love him. Remember, so all the angels and all those in the heavens, and the inhabitants in the heavens, they will love him. Do you know how many angels there are? So many angels. The Prophet ﷺ said, "أَطَّتِ السَّمَاءُ وَحُقَّ لَهَا أَنْ تَأِطَّ." The heavens have been shaken, and rightfully so, and it should be shaken, because there is not a single finger span except that there is an angel making ruku, bowing or prostrating or making tasbih between the heavens and the earth. So we're not talking about millions here. We're not even talking about billions, more than billions, trillions, and a number we can't even fathom.
Infinity.
All of those angels will know you. Forget about Justin, what's his name? Bieber?
Justin Bieber.
Forget about him famous like that. You're like, what we're talking about? Well, what, 1 million followers? No. You're going to have the angels all know you. So, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala love you. And you know what? If Allah loves you, then it matters not who else doesn't like you. Because that's all that matters, is to earn the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so, remember, inshallah, I would like to, just before I end, I'd like to thank the organizers also for bringing me here, allowing me to meet, mashallah, beautiful faces and a wonderful community. Also, Sheikh Rajab, just to see him again also. It's always wonderful. And we should thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the community someone the likes of Sheikh Rajab, and take advantage of his knowledge. And inshallah, don't take advantage of it, and respect it, and also help to contribute also. Do all that you can to contribute. So I would just like to thank everyone also that has made it possible for me to come. It's always wonderful. It's one of the things that really motivates us, to come around and see communities like this, growing communities. I'd just like to remind everyone also, remember to take care of also the elders. Respect the elders, you guys, the youngsters should respect the elders, and the elders have mercy upon the youngsters. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just as He has gathered us here, to also gather us again in the highest level of paradise. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the best of this world and the hereafter. وجزاكم الله خيرا وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.